he painted Christ at the exact moment when Christ said, "One of you is going to betray me." And he showed the reactions of all the apostles. This was very unique and different from the way other people were painting Christ during his time. This is also a masterpiece that has withstood the test of time. Hi, this is Anita from 5 Minutes with Art. Today I'm going to try to answer the question, what are the most beautiful pieces of art in the world? And explain to you why this is a very difficult question to answer and is very subjective. What makes an art great or what makes an artist great? This actually is a very subjective question. If you're an artist, it is very much based upon personal opinion and cultural context. In my business, we design and manufacture home furnishings, home decor. And I can tell you, I can show a design to one person. They might say, "Oh, that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen." I could show it to somebody else and might say, "Oh, fantastic. I love it." It is so subjective what people like. And art is the same way. Artists often, though, have a unique vision or perspective on the world that they can express through their art. And that's what really makes an artist great. Is that artists first of all, they have a mastery of their craft in that they are extremely highly technically able to paint and master paint. They understand the paints, they understand the brush, they understand the canvas. They understand how to be a master by using the paintbrush, the canvas, and the paints to convey some type of message. Great artists are innovators. They have a sense of innovation. The great artists throughout history, people that consider the greatest artists, have done somehow they've innovated. They have created something that is not only spectacular, but shows innovation for their time. And they're original. They have originality, that there's something is original and unique to them specifically. They might draw inspiration from other artists, but they are able to put their own spin on it. There's an originality there. Their art has a lasting impact. It is something that people want to still see today. It has an impact to still be able to inspire people. I've written a blog post on this where I've listed out 15 of what I consider to be some of the most beautiful art in the world. I'm just going to highlight a few of them. If you'd like to be able to see all 15, I'm going to put a link below into our podcast. But of course, you cannot talk about this without talking about Mona Lisa. There's some people who say, I don't see what the big deal is about Mona Lisa. Why do people love the Mona Lisa? I think it's kind of an ugly painting. It doesn't do much for me. But yet, the Mona Lisa is the most visited painting in the Louvre in Paris, France. In fact, it is the most seen painting in the world. That is why it must be mentioned when you're talking about beautiful paintings. Whether you like it or you don't like the Mona Lisa, to me, it's a magnificent painting. It shows great technical skill. It shows, just what a master Leonardo da Vinci was. And it just shows how he was able to create something that could last for so long and inspire people for so long of a time. That is why number one would have to be Mona Lisa. Number two, I'd have to put down is The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. I love The Last Supper. It shows Leonardo's genius and master as not only a painter, but as understanding human emotion. The fact that he painted Christ at the exact moment when Christ said, "One of you is going to betray me." And he showed the reactions of all the apostles. This was very unique and different from the way other people were painting Christ during his time. This is also a masterpiece that has withstood the test of time. Another painting which, really has to make it in the top is The Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. If you've been listening to my podcast, I'm a great fan of Vincent van Gogh. But The Starry Night, what makes it such a masterpiece is the way he, for his time, the way he saw the night sky, the swirlings, the way the sun is going, all of these things are like magical. The way the cypress tree sits out in the front and this, village below, all of these things make it a masterpiece. And, where it earns its place as one of the most beautiful paintings in the world. What's really unique about this painting is that Vincent van Gogh was in an asylum when he painted it. Another one is The Screen by Edward Munch. And this, of course, is another classic. It's not a very pretty painting. There's somebody screaming, but it's really classic painting for this time and era. And there's a lot of things that are just great about this painting itself. So you can go on and read some of the other ones. I've got 15 of them listed out here, but many of them are paintings that you should recognize. I just want to mention one more is Johannes Vermeer's painting, A Girl with a Pearl Earring. I love that painting. I love the way the girl looks. I love the turban on her head. I love the pearl. I feel like she's coming out of the canvas right at me. And that's why I consider it one of the most beautiful paintings in the world. And he was just a master artist itself that deserves a place as being one of the great artists. You can go in and you can see these. You should recognize many of these paintings themselves. Some of them you might love, some you might hate, some you might think, well, I don't know if that deserves it or not, but they certainly are paintings that are well known around the world. We will put a link below. Go on there and check out what we consider to be 15 of the most beautiful pieces of art in the world. This is Anita from 5 Minutes with Art. Thank you so much for listening, where hopefully in 5 minutes a week you can learn something new about art that you didn't know before. We appreciate you, our audience, and we'd like to thank our team, especially Rico, for helping to make this possible.